Hello, Adam Lee and the vinyl community. Congratulations to Adam Lee on 180 plus subscribers, with emphasis on the 80 because he loves the 80s. I'm actually a new subscriber, so I'm one of the plus. But anyway, yeah, I was very intrigued by this particular contest, so I thought I would give it a shot. Originally, when I was watching the video about the contest, I was trying to think of records in my collection that would fit, and I was like, man, I don't know if I have that many, but I had more than enough, actually. So, I've actually compiled sort of a top 10, and then 5 honorable mentions, so I will get right down to it, so as not to take a long time. Sort of a guilty pleasure for me in the 80s is Corey Hart. Now, this wouldn't be my album of choice by Corey Hart. I do prefer the one with Sunglasses at Night. But this one does have... Boy in the Box is actually pretty good, but Never Surrender was like a big hit from this one. So, yeah, kind of a guilty pleasure for me. Now this one's a not so guilty pleasure because I think most people like him, at least to some degree. And the success of his latest single from his new album is proof of that, basically. But this is Weird Al Yankovic, Dare to Be Stupid. And a favorite from this one is definitely Like a Surgeon. That's a great one. Alright, now, Adam, you had mentioned Phil Collins, but you encouraged us not to not show something that you had already mentioned. So I'm going to show a different Phil Collins album. This is Hello, I Must Be Going. And from his solo work, I really like his kind of darker sounds. A big one for me, I Don't Care Anymore. There's just like... It's just like an anthem for when you don't care anymore. Yeah, so that's a great one. Love that. I've always been a big fan of Phil Collins. Alright, another one from... We have Elvis Costello. This is Trust. I couldn't even pick out an individual song from this one, but basically any of his music in the 80s was right on. Now this one will be a little different from, I think, what most people might be doing videos on, I think. I could be wrong. But for me, this album, Herbie Hancock, Future Shock, with, you know it, Rocket. Was that not an 80s jam or what? So Herbie Hancock, Future Shock. Now this particular record is very interesting because this is actually one from my youth. So it's Billy Joel and Innocent Man. This is the record that introduced me to Billy Joel. So I've since discovered a lot of his other stuff is actually better than this. But I mean, you can't go wrong with this album either. So you know, Uptown Girl, Tell Her About It, An Innocent Man, Easy Money, great stuff. And he was definitely going for a retro sound on this one too, so I guess bringing back maybe the 50s a little bit, so that's a good one. I am a big fan of Julian Lennon, so I had to include him. This is Valet, and Too Late for Goodbyes was like the big song on here, but I just love his voice. Yeah. If it came down to it, he could pretty close to fill John Lennon's shoes in the Beatles reunion. I think he's closer than Sean is to sounding like his father. So yeah. Oh, another good one. John Cougar, American Fool. Hurt So Good, Jack and Diane. Yeah, those are two big hits from my youth. One artist I'm learning to appreciate more and more is Steve Winwood. As I learned about other bands he's been in, like uh, he's so talented. Has a distinctive, great voice. While You See a Chance, that's a great song. Yeah. But Steve Winwood, Arc of a Diver. And the last one in the top 10, I had to include Stevie Wonder. There's not a particular song of his that stands out for me. I mean, he can hardly do wrong, but one interesting one to note on this particular album is Get It, which is a duet with Michael Jackson. So, I mean, that's like a win-win situation there. And then, just very quickly, the five ones that didn't quite make the cut of the top 10. We have Jackson Browne, Lives in the Balance, Adam Man, Strip, Bryan Adams, Reckless, Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog, and Billy Squier, Don't Say No. Yeah, so there you go. I guess that's my submission to the 180 plus subscribers contest for Adam Lee. Again, congratulations, and yeah, I look forward to seeing the other entries. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time.